The Great Ace Attorney Chronicle, voice acted with special guests, part 10. I don't even have Steam open. How about that? That's where we're at today. All right, I got to get this open, then I'll readjust the scaling, and then we're here.
Sounds good.
I always forget. There we go. Okay. So, real gremlin energy. Remember, this is sponsored by our friends at Capcom. Gonna try my best.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Who's the gremlin, though?
Big Daddy Capcom.
Very subtly sliding this in place. This is a treat. This should go behind here. Perfect. All right, looks like it works. I will now, very, very carefully. Oh God, no, it's doing the thing where it won't let me stream it. Discord, what is wrong? Oh wait, there it is. I just needed to get past it. Okay.
Oh, okay.
There we go.
There we go.
Whoa. It's a video game.
It is, in fact, sometimes a video game, believe it or not. In the immortal words of the great 9th century philosopher Naruto Uzumaki, believe it!
Believe it!
Date bio.
Bakamitai?
If 3 of you suddenly erupt out of a cloud of smoke, I'm going to be really concerned.
You know what? That's just me vaping, dog. It's okay.
Bruh.
Bruh.
Must have been a long drag.
It's a 50s
Used to be the biggest clown blower, or a cloud blower this.
Yeah, if there's a helium tank, he can voice act it.
All right, once we left off, we met the accused, man by the name of McGilded. I haven't figured out the pun in this one yet. But we'll be joined tonight by some extra friends. We are joined by Nonpon. I think that's the right one. And our friend Kasa.
Hi.
And Oni Heart.
Hey.
Is it just Oni? It's just Oni Heart on Twitch, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We're also joined by Lil Sharky.
I am the one without the VTuber.
Yeah. If y'all want to take a minute, introduce yourselves.
The voice of... Okay. I'm Nonpon. I'm a chef VTuber. I play gacha games and JRPGs. That's all. I'm a chef.
Oh, is it my turn? There's just a pause, so I was like, wait, am I expecting? Okay. Anyway, hi, I'm Kasa. I'm your little monster zombie boy here to, spread gremlin energy while playing spooky games and other types of RPGs and stuff like that. Hello!
And I'm Oni Heart. I play lots of RPGs and fighting games, and I'm an art person. Like I said before, I made my model.
Hi, I'm Sharky, and I am completely lacking in talent next to all these wonderful characters, so this is going to be a blast.
Everything's going to be okay. All right.
Trust your fate for the heart of the cards here.
Trusting my fate to something.
Oh, sorry.
All right.
I'm just distracted by this guy saying there's nothing.
Oh, yeah, he's British. Oh, yeah, hold on. We have to do this. Content warning. British. Okay, we should be good. Go ahead.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Here we go. Sorry, excuse me. There's nothing Magnus McGilded wouldn't do for the city. And it's queer old people.
That's amazing. I mean, really extraordinary.
But now I'm gonna go and say I'm good for nothing criminal. Me, Magnus McGilded. What's the matter with the London police, I ask you?
All right, well, don't pass out.
Mr. Naruhodo? Perhaps now would be a good time to introduce ourselves while the gentleman catches his breath.
Oh, good idea. was making that face in the shower. Mr. McGilded, the thing is, we're actually here in London to study British law. We're law students on a study tour from Japan, you see? So if you don't have a lawyer for the trial yet, and you'd be happy to put yourself in our hands.
What was I out for saying you? You deaf idiot! I've given you 1,000 guineas to stand up there next to me, haven't I?
Well, yes, but I wasn't really offering to just stand up there next to you. By the way, I will stand next to anyone who asks for 1,000 guineas.
Asks for or asks to give you?
Ask to give
very
me.
different
to
statements.
give me 1,000 guineas, because it's roughly, what did we figure? It's like 35 grand last year?
Yeah.
At least.
That's a weird
a lot of
internship.
money.
Oh. I think I see what's going on here.
Sorry?
I know what you're thinking. This Chancellor fella claims to have more money than the Queen. But if that's true, why the blazes can he hire the finest lawyer in all of England? Because he did it. That's the only explanation. Well?
Well...
Feel like
Not at all. Although it is a little strange, to be honest. Why don't you have a... I mean...
That will be the fault of the Reaper.
I'm sorry. Did you just say the Reaper?
Aye, the Grim Reaper of the Bailey, Lord Barak von Zykes. He's the broadest prosecutor.
The prosecutor is the Grim Reaper?
When Van Zykes stands for the prosecution, they all call the accused the sacrificial lambs.
Ah!
And to this day, in every single trial on which he's been the prosecutor, the accused has been damned.
What?
So it's reached the desperate situation where there's no one willing to stand in defense against the fella at all. You could say he's living a legend of the Old Bailey.
Goodness. Lord Barak von Vieks. He must be an exceptionally talented prosecutor then.
Talent isn't the word you're looking for, madam. It's cursed.
Cursed? What on earth? Sharky, take her away.
Summoned and his counsel. Please make your way to the courtroom. Trial is about to begin.
His counsel? Oh, that would be me.
Oh, 'tis time. Well then, fella, don't let me down.
But I don't know anything about the case. You haven't told me what happened.
Until you showed your face here. I'd made up me mind, so I had.
I'm sorry?
I decided I'd have to defend myself in there.
Yeah. How would that have worked?
But then you made an appearance, a student of law, wouldn't you know? 'Tis no accident, I can assure you of that. 'Tis fate. So don't get cold feet now, please.
I literally know nothing about the case, or about this man who stands accused. In fact, the only thing I do know, that I got a shit. No, just kidding. Is that I can't just turn my back on him.
You have to Capcom.
I have to Capcom.
Mr. Naruhodo. The man has no one. Wait,
You're
that's you.
stealing my lines! Ah! He'll have to stand alone in that courtroom, armed with nothing to defend himself. Yes, something that Kazuma would have never allowed to happen.
I don't know if that picked up.
So for the defense, what are you doing? If you're late for the start of the trial, you will lose your right to stand.
I'll be right there.
I thought that was gonna be my line.
I know there's some weird transitions in here. It's been tripping us up the entire time. It's happening then. My first trial in a British court. I hope you're watching over me, Kazuma. Because I have no idea how I'm going to manage this. Oh my god, I'm gonna die.
With gusto.
And Pesto.
Hi.
Jimmy Pesto.
Ooh, yummy pesto.
Jimmy Pesto got thrown off the show.
King Kai, do you want to bet on this one?
18th February, 10 a.m. The Old Bailey courtroom. So, this is the highest court in Great Britain. The Old Bailey. Centuries of history in this place is palpable, isn't it? It's so different to the Supreme Court in Japan. That would be you.
Oh.
Awesome.
It feels both imposing and serene at the same time. The atmosphere almost makes words redundant. Whatever the country, determining a person's guilt or innocence is always a solemn affair. May I say something, Mr. Naruhodo?
Oh, yeah, what?
Your eyes look ready to pop out of your head again.
Yeah, you know the story about the hamster and the tube? Yeah. I know, but I just can't help it.
Look at this.
Dracula?
Is that a vampire? What the heck?
Nonpon the vampire.
In the name of Her Majesty the Queen, I hereby declare this court to be in session. We are here today to determine the guilt or innocence of Mr. Magnus McGilded. I now call upon the counsels for the prosecution and defense to declare their willingness to proceed.
The prosecution is fully prepared.
That must be the Reaper of the Bailey. He really does look fully prepared to dispatch his next poor victim to the underworld.
Bite right into their neck. Counsel for the defense, you appear to be Eastern. Do you speak English?
Huh? Oh, yeah, of course, sorry. But he asked if the defense was ready. And I couldn't be further from ready if I tried.
Those eyes please me. Nipponese.
It's Nipponese. It's Nipponese.
My bad. Nipponese?
Is
that
that-
like the
is-
Japanese?
Yeah, is that even politically correct? I know it's period correct. Is that politically correct anymore?
Nipponese?
Let's just assume no.
Okay. Why does he have a sword in the courtroom? Again?
You know,
You do.
because you gotta slash your opponent's lies. I don't know.
Jesus.
He's
Or my
waiting for a
special
chance
moves.
to play his Alucard here.
They shroud your fear, your doubt, your trepidation. They run wild, clinging to some phantom notion of courage. The quintessential look of a sacrificial lamb.
Cold shiver just ran down my spine. All the way to the tips of my toesies. Woo woo woo.
Are you wearing toesy socks?
No socks.
Jeez. Now, Mr. McGilded,
Yes, my lord.
you stand accused of murder, a capital offense. You could be sent to the gallows if found guilty. Are you quite sure you wish to entrust your defense to this person?
As I've always said, my lord, 'tis a grand thing to give opportunities to the young. Even if the fella even if the fella is a student from some little island off in the Far East, it is not the British way to ignore the dangers to yourself and give those less fortunate a fair chance. I'd like to think that acts of chivalry do the great British Empire proud.
Rabble.
Do you hear him donated 5,000 pounds?
Please, may we go and play in McGilded Park?
It seems as though everyone in the public gallery is firmly behind Mr. McGilded.
Firmly behind?
Firmly.
Firmly.
Very firmly. In
Grasp it?
fact, I can
Firmly.
grab it.
Reach out and touch faith. Reach out and
Oh,
touch
yeah.
grass.
Yeah, Non, just reach out and grasp them.
Doink, doink.
Which of your famous Susato takedowns are you saving for Mr. McGilded?
Sounds like it's a reverse Harry Larry.
Capcom.
Well, that's definitely welcome news, as he certainly has a way with words. I'm surprised he couldn't convince anyone to defend him.
Rightly put, Mr. McGilded, and most laudable sentiments. Now, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, I'm sure I hardly need remind you that you 6 members of the public have been selected for your impartiality. Are you ready to proceed?
All right, who wants which one?
I want the old lady.
Okay.
Like the one in the one knitting.
I'll pick the asshole with the knife.
All right.
Pick the out. Go ahead.
No, go ahead, Sharky.
No, you're first.
No, go ahead. I implore you.
Too much Canadianness. I'm the Canadian. Pick.
I'll take the maid.
Damn it.
All right, I'll give you the maid then. I'll take the one on the right, the far right.
That's the old lady. That's old lady Casa.
Yes.
What?
Oh, wait, did Casa already get
Yeah.
that?
He already picked
Oh,
her.
son of a gun. All right. Far left. Give me the top hat.
All right. I'll fill in. That's 4, right? I counted properly?
Yes.
The two in green are left.
Okay, I'll take the green pair.
Yes, me lord. If the task is to send robbers to the gallows where they belong, I'm more than ready.
At the manor, his lordship always says he would dispose of rubbish properly. Naturally, I agree.
Any criminal here will sue me wishing they never set eyes on me. Nice.
Nice!
Good choice. Good choice, Kia.
I feel a chill.
Oh, don't mind me, my dears. I'll just be getting on with my knitting. Must finish these mitts for my grandson. Ah, Mr. Naruhodo. Those people are...
Jerry. That's something we don't have in Japan yet.
That's right. I've only ever read about it. But here in Great Britain, the court's final verdict depends on the opinion of these 6 jurors. The judge passes sentence according to the law, but the jurors determine guilt based on common sense. So, the defendant is ultimately judged from 2 completely different points of view.
But how exactly do the jurors give their verdict?
That I don't know, but I'm sure it will become clear as the trial progresses.
Yeah.
Prosecutor Van Zeeks.
My lord.
It has been a number of years since we've seen you here in the courtroom. I thought you'd renounced your fame.
I'm known as the Reaper of the Bailey, my lord. Infamy rather than fame, I would say. But yes, 5 years have passed since I last spread my wings in this capacity.
So, what brings you back?
Yeah, what brings you back, Daddy Von Zeeks? I mean, what?
Yeah, tell me. Woo.
Woo!
Sweet yams.
Is there some change of circumstance of which the court should be aware? Did the garlic finally wear off?
He
Oh.
took my Cheez-Its.
Oh no!
Jesus.
I love Cheez-Its.
I'm gonna use the story if I don't get what I want. I'll leave that to your imagination.
What's the
my lord.
Cheez-Its?
So the Reaper has been out of action for 5 years? Why did he have to choose today, of all days, to make a comeback?
Oh,
Kasa.
that's me. I'm so sorry.
I'm so sorry.
My window minimized on me. Don't lose heart, Mr. Naruhodo.
Have you tried not watching porn while we're trying to do professional work, Casa? Just maybe.
It's
Help
it's
myself,
just
okay?
motivation.
It gets me in the character, okay?
If you wish, sir. The court nevertheless welcomes your return.
Look,
As
I
long
don't
as
mind.
Long as Susato will stop drawing etchy in the background.
Look, I don't mind that you
That's
watch porn while we do this, Casa, but could you please not share it to the Discord call? Thank you.
But everyone needs to know exactly what I'm looking at.
Hate it here.
Oh my.
Much as it pains me to ask, opening statements, a summary of the case, if you please.
Certainly, my lord. As your lordship is aware, this is a case of overwhelming simplicity.
We must be the only ones in here who aren't. Ugh.
The incident took place in the late evening. 3 days passed. The hour was some minutes after 10. The victim was a marker of building bricks known in the community as Thrice Fried Mason.
Right.
I'm sorry, Bryce?
He was a very accomplished craftsman. The bricks he fired were said to be almost indestructible.
He made some for himself.
Oof.
The victim's corpse was discovered in an omnibus in the service to the streets of London at the time. A dagger that had been thrust into the victim's abdomen is believed to be the ultimate cause of death.
Yeah? You think?
Crazy. Here is the autopsy report from the investigating medical officer at Scotland Yard.
Thank you, counsel. I shall accept that and the photograph as evidence.
Oh boy, we get to stare at photographs. The autopsy
Look at this
report.
Graph.
Oh
A knife
god.
of blood, it killed them.
Can't believe that cop took a picture with the body.
So weird.
Sadly, the brickmaker might have thought he was indestructible, but the killer had a dagger made of the same material as Oni's tits.
Titanium.
Righto. Proceed on, Governor.
One further item of evidence. The prosecution wishes to submit these as well.
Oh, hey, great. Gloves. My hands are cold.
True.
These are... Good lord, is that blood, counsel?
I was hungry.
Snacks.
Yes, my lord. seized by a policeman who arrived at the scene. These gore-soaked gloves were taken from the hands of the accused when he was arrested.
What? Mr. McGilded's gloves had blood on them? Oh.
Oh, jeez.
Ah.
Yes, I will accept these as evidence as well.
The defendant's leather gloves have been entered into the court record. How did I get into this? What? You're not even subtle anymore.
They're lying. It's just ketchup, mate.
I'm backed into a corner even before I've started. Well, at least the corner's firm.
Continuing,
Oh, yeah, more.
according to the drivers of the omnibus, there were only 2 passengers traveling inside his vehicle at the time.
Only 2?
Obviously, 2. One of the passengers was the deceased brickmaker, Mr. Mason. The other was the accused, Magnus McGilded.
Oopsies. Well, rather damning circumstances to say the least.
What the hand do, though?
Yeah, true.
Defendant, what say you?
Of course. I have no recollection of such a thing.
Mr. McGilded!
To be sure, I rode the omnibus that evening. But whenever I'm in a carriage, I'm taken with a fierce tiredness, and I always succumb to it.
Oh, he's one of those people that falls asleep during car rides.
Are you claiming to have been asleep?
'Tis the motion of the carriage, my lord. Lilton, so it is. And when I opened my eyes again, 'twas a desperate sight before me. The body of a man I'd never laid eyes on before me life. Now I ask yous, what good-hearted soul wouldn't rush to help the fella bleeding from his stomach? I wasn't about to start worrying about me gloves now, was I? I reached out to give the man a hand.
So the blood got onto the gloves then, after the man had been killed.
Unfortunately, that statement of the drivers is only the beginning.
What? That's not all of it?
There were multiple witnesses to the precise moment at which the brickmaker was fatally stabbed.
Hi. These gloves aren't going to be finished in time.
Order! Order! Order!
When the killing took place, only the victim and the accused were inside the carriage. And there were witnesses to the crime.
I'm really glad you actually got the prosecutor because you got little Tooth Fang. You can hang out with little Von Dracula.
Yee. I'm a vampire in training. I only have one thing. He has 2. This is not a case of compelling evidence. It's the nail in the coffin for the accused.
Nice pun, bro.
Oh, thanks.
Thank you, counsel. The circumstances of the crime have been made quite clear. I think we will hear testimony from these witnesses, first of all.
Your wish is my command. What's that? Bailiff, bring the witnesses in at once. These are paid actors. Witnesses, their names and occupations.
All right. Anyone want to pick up an extra roll?
All right, I got you. Well, my name is, well, everyone calls me Beppo. I drive an omnibus in the East End.
I can do this one. Bruce Fairplay. I'm a banker in the city.
I guess I'll take this one.
My name's First. Lady First. I make hats for gents.
Not a really good hat maker if it doesn't stay on there, lady. I wonder if he's really. So I have a friend. I think Lady is a family name. Oni. I have a friend called Lady's Nuts on Your Forehead.
Ah, damn it.
That's what he needs the hat for.
Oh. Oh, the boner blocker. Got it.
Let's begin by confirming the facts. 3 days ago, at a short time after 10 o'clock in the evening, all of you present in the stand were in an omnibus and witness to the aforementioned incident. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Quite right.
Yes, sir. That's right, sir.
Then let's proceed to your formal testimonies, please. Each of you will tell the court precisely what you saw.
What the witnesses saw.
It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well. That be you?
I'm sorry, I was muted. I was drinking. The victim and the man accused of killing him were sat next to each other inside the bus. Then, out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts.
That's right. He stabbed him. I screamed, I did. I couldn't help it.
As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus. And then I saw it too.
Ambiguous testimony, I must say.
Exactly, my lord. These men witnessed the incident in the omnibus with their own eyes.
I'd like to ask a question, if I may.
Yes, counsel.
Do you know where I can find the fastest ship back to Japan?
Yes, the SS Buria.
Oh,
I hear it's
no.
leaving this week.
Is there any ship that isn't one? I have a thing with one of the sailors.
Only one? Thought you were much more proficient.
Oh, hated. Well, this testimony makes absolutely no sense to me whatsoever.
Why not?
Well, the incident took place inside a moving carriage, didn't it?
As has been clearly stated from the outset, yes.
Well, in that case, how could those two witnesses possibly have seen what happened? There's no way they could have seen the inside of the moving carriage.
Ellipses.
How quaint. I'd read that civilization in the Easter Island nations was a good century behind our own. But you're here in London yourself. Are you really so ignorant to our omnibuses?
Your omnibuses?
The omnibusy.
Huh? What's an omnibusy?
I'll show you
Tell
later.
me, my Nipponese friend, have you even traveled in an omnibus?
Can't
Well,
just ask somebody if they traveled in an omnibus.
no. We, only arrived in London this morning.
No matter. I've arranged for all of us for us to see for ourselves. The actual scene of the crime, that is.
What are you gonna wheel it into the courthouse?
Yeah,
What do you mean?
Yeah, it's like a stage prop. They just roll it in on wheels.
The actual scene? How?
In 3D. A carriage is designed to be moved, after all. Presumably you understand that much.
Oh my god, why am I right? Why am I right so often with this game, Sharky?
Bulma put it in a capsule. It's gonna pop right open with a big poof.
Hey, friendo, welcome to the stream. Yeah, Nonpon
How
here.
convenient, Capsule Corp.
Yes?
The omnibus, in which this bloody crime took place, is here today, in this very building.
Here? What? Like, here? The entire carriage?
Yes, I installed mods. Bailiff!
The old thing is here, right down to the fingerprints on the body. I mean,
Bring forth the stricken omnibus.
Are you saying that the omnibus has trauma?
Brought to you from Spinning Rims at London 5th Avenue. Here is your omnibus.
London Road.
This is-
down to London Road.
And Amazon's in London too?
It is.
Also no.
So, that's an omnibus? The omnibus? I can't believe they could bring something so enormous in here. Great Britain's courtrooms are amazing.
I can't believe it.
As you can see, the omnibus is pulled by 2 horses and carry up to 8 passengers.
You understand, Naruto Hodo-san?
I see what you did there.
4
Thank you.
passengers seated inside the enclosed
Oh
cabin.
my god!
And
I just
another
realized his name is Naruhodo.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's such a good pun.
Thank you. I wrote it myself.
and another 4 on the rooftop deck above. Every Londoner knows that the best views of the city's architectures and sights are to be had from on top of an omnibus. And I should point out to our foreign guest that there is a skylight in the roof, allowing a view of the interior from the seats above.
Ah, a skylight. Oh!
The penny drops at last, I see. These 2 gentlemen were occupying the rooftop seats on this omnibus when the murder took place. That is how they came to witness the grim incident. Through the skylight.
That makes perfect sense.
But, Counsel, this is a first. In all my years behind the bench, I've never experienced the crime scene itself being brought into the courtroom.
There are a number of important clues remaining inside the carriage, my lord. I would like to submit the omnibus itself as evidence. That is the prosecution's wish.
Yo, take care, Kai. Thanks for hanging with us, brother. Have a terrific
Giant
rest.
freaking bus has been
we'll
added
see you
to the
tomorrow.
court record.
Tomorrow, Stranger in
into a
Paradise,
folder.
Monster Hunter Rise, some Elden Ring.
Very well, I see no reason why not. This omnibus is hereby formally accepted as evidence.
Hey, Gov, can I borrow one of those flames real quick?
Yeah, right?
Painted them on the side myself.
Can't believe it. The entire crime scene entered as evidence?
Yes, Great Britain is simply extraordinary.
Hey, Susato,
Yeah?
you want to ride my omnibusy?
That's for later. We need to pay attention to the court happening right now. Right there. See the judge? He's looking right at us.
Oh, Yeah, sorry.
I believe it's pronounced omnibuses, but go on.
Wait. Susato,
Yeah?
promise?
Yeah, I promise.
Yes!
Show you my best move.
I could help myself a lot by giving that omnibus a thorough examination, seeing as it's here.
No touching omnibuses.
I don't know where that omnibusy's been.
It's been under me cheeks, lad.
I need an adult.
You are an adult.
Let us continue with proceedings then. As the oldest person here, I ask for your cross-examination, counsel.
I'm old enough to be your dad, Sharky. Don't even.
The hell you are.
I might go through. Pray, don't expect this Nonpon stray to understand the intricacies of a British court cross-examination rights.
Just kill him. You got a sword? Just do it.
All right. My first cross-examination in a British court. Focus, Ryunosuke. Focus. Channel. The Lightning Makusi.
What? What?
What the witnesses saw.
It was the last bus of the evening, so I had a few customers. I remember it well.
Yes. I think it was sometime after 10, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, sir, that's right, sir. Yes, ever so cold it was, sir. Freezing, in fact.
And you had 4 passengers on board at the time? Is that correct?
Yes, that's right, sir. Not all traveling in the same parts of the bus, of course, though. No.
There were no other passengers when the incident took place. No one alighted, for example.
You're quite right with that, sir. No other passengers like that. No, none.
Feel like I went to high school with you, Beppo.
So nobody fled the scene of the
maybe.
crime then?
I have to say, the boss insists on running it, he does. Every evening, the last bus of the day.
Yeah. They got the poker faces over here.
It's not even looking at you.
Oh, but I do wonder sometimes if it altogether worthwhile. Yes, sorry to say.
What do you mean by that?
A wife left me, you see.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Well, with it being so cold and everything, and only making 20 pence on the run, you see. Yes, I spend that much at the pub on the way home, just trying to warm up again. That's what more left me, you know.
You know, that doesn't actually help at all, like, biologically.
Oh, thank you for the 44
Victim and the
months,
man
Alec.
accused of killing him
How are you,
were
brother?
sat next to each other inside the bus.
And you saw them through the skylight in the roof of the carriage?
That's right. When you sit up on the top deck, the window is right there at your feet. There was a lamp on the inside, so I had a pretty good view. The two of them were wearing hats. I couldn't exactly make out their faces. But there's not a shred of doubt in my mind that it was Mr. McGilded.
How can you be so sure?
Well, how can I put it politely? McGilded is a gentleman of a rather small stature.
Tiny boy.
I couldn't have mistaken him for anyone else. Let's not forget that when the vehicle came to a halt, the only people inside the enclosed cabin were the deceased Mr. Mason and Mr. McGilded. There's no room for doubt there. Or here.
Ugh, I really wish there was.
Then, out of the blue, the accused just reached over and plunged a knife right into his guts.
All right, hold on. Explain it to me like I'm 12. You actually saw the exact moment it happened?
Oh, you want a snuff film? Did I already testify to that?
It was really cool. Blood splattered everywhere.
Or are fair decom hard-working city bankers not considered trustworthy these days?
Never were.
Oh, no, I didn't mean that. This is no good. I've really got his back up. Perhaps you could just tell us what you saw in a little more detail, if that's...
My lord.
You're a number 3. What is the meaning of this?
My mind is made up, my lord. Completely and utterly made up.
Made up about what?
I don't like the stinking rich. Never have. They're always up to something or other that they shouldn't be. Every one of them. And that little leprechaun of a man is no exception. Well, he can't fool me. Dang, Brennan's cool.
Damn,
Damn.
fire has weight.
There's no point in wasting time listening to any more of this. That's my opinion on the matter, anyway.
That is precisely what I was about to say. As the foreman of the jury, it's my duty to set a good example to my fellow jurors. Watch me kickflip this sick flame.
Damn. Tin roof.
Oh.
Busted.
They all have fire magic.
What the fuck? What is happening here?
It's history.
Oh,
Oh, wait. Check the dictionary.
Let me see. Ah, yes. It seems that how the members of the jury give their verdicts.
They're all firebenders.
With fire?
that's yours.
Apparently, yes. White for innocent and black for guilty.
Oh, like how they choose a pope.
Oh no.
That's you, Casa.
As the 6 members of the jury make up their minds about the case, I was recoiling from what you said.
Ah!
One by one, they each cast a ball of fire into the great scales of justice, as we saw a moment ago.
So if those enormous scales fall completely to the black side, does that mean...
Let's do our very best to make sure that doesn't happen.
Now I'm even more worried than I was before.
Very well. The court acknowledges the change in the jury's stance. Counsel for the defense, please continue with your cross-examination.
This is a nightmare.
That's right. He stabbed him. I screamed, I did. I couldn't help it. Hold it!
You stabbed him, you say? And you were sitting up on the roof deck, were you?
Yes, that's right, sir. I was up on the roof seats. I remember seeing the little gent sitting next to the fellow that was stabbed. I'd been thinking about a new hat design, you see, so I was just gazing absent-mindedly around.
Oh, is it a hat that actually fits your head and isn't sewn together into 3 pieces?
Depends on what head you're talking about. I mean,
Yep.
anyway, but then I happened to look down through the skylight. It was sickening. It was sticking right out of his belly. That huge great knife.
That's not a knife. This is a knife.
Grim sight indeed. A 10-gallon hat, or half Oni hat, can't fit on your head at all.
You got that noggin, bro.
I can tip it off to the side.
He refers to it as a half-cup hat.
I need 2 more hats, 1 for each boob.
I'm sure you'll have that by next spring.
Oh boy. Ah, that didn't help me at all. The jury looks like they're even more convinced my client did it than they were before.
That appears to have made everyone even more dubious that Mr. McGilded is telling the truth. He had some evidence to counter their suspicions.
Mr. Frost.
Oh, yes, sir.
Is this the knife you saw?
Oh, good grief. Yes, that's it. The very one, sir.
Is that?
Yes, Consul. This is the blade that was driven into the victim's belly like a stake through the heart.
Hey, Vampire Man.
That is a blade of considerable size, Counsel. And you have me thinking about steak now.
He's right. It is a knife.
It's a knife.
It is. And furthermore, the scabbard is embolized with embolized, probably doing it with a certain initial. Sorry, it's late.
No, that's good. It's good.
Must say,
That's not that big, dog. I have a dagger the same
yeah, I was about to
size.
say, like, if they think this is big, man, they're weak.
Like,
You haven't seen anything?
Shit is smaller than my.
if I get pulled over by a generous police officer, this is still a legal blade.
must say I'm very much enjoying the emphasis on your syllables there, Nonpon.
Oh, Baba?
The scabbard is emblazoned prominently with a certain initial. It's perfect, I say. Anyway, go on. Sorry, it's just being funny.
No, thank you. The letter M, which seems oddly familiar.
M,
It's
as
upside
in
down.
Mancy.
It's upside down, actually. It's W for Wombo.
Oh. Please. Oh.
M for Magnus, perhaps? Or
That's not how
McGilded,
you spell my name.
possibly. Take your pick.
How about M for
Mind your fucking business.
It's M for murder. He did it.
My
Face
name's
off.
Wagnus,
Damn.
not Magnus, mate.
It's M for Moosey.
Wussy.
We'll see.
God no.
Don't know what that means yet, but we will
It's
find
M
out.
for Mo Bitches.
Oh.
Mo Capcoms.
Mo bitches, mo problems.
Capcom.
Oh God.
Strange
Ooh.
sponsored.
It seems this particular big name in London made a magnificent mistake.
Yeah, I got the best bumper line when we go to break Sharky.
Yeah.
Oh, it's good. But there are M's everywhere. Like
Like your mom.
yes, like in Mason.
This blade is far too extravagant for a poor brickmaker to have owned.
Oh, that's cold, man.
Maybe it's
That's
a
fucked
hand-me-down.
No, this is a weapon of murder. Almost certainly belongs to the accused.
Ugh. Objection. Speculation.
Not conclusive, but certainly
Yo, the jump is
compelling. Counsel. Thank you.
The murder weapon has been entered into the court record.
My lord, if you'll forgive the interruption.
Juror number 2.
Go on.
Mr. McGilded is a pillar of society and a gentleman, and a gentleman's words should be
Sacrosanct.
Yep.
sacrosanct. Sacrosanct.
Sacrosanct.
Croissant.
Croissant.
However, those of us in service know we must accept hard truths.
Wait, what are you about to do? Oh.
Dispose of the rubbish.
Oh, come on, lady.
Yo, these people suck as jurors. Gonna put that out there just now.
Not biased at all.
Oh my god.
Headphone warning.
I don't wish to cause offense, but I do like to eradicate all traces of filth and grime.
So
Disgusting.
that means you'll throw yourself out eventually, right? When you're wrong.
Damn. Got him.
I have painstakingly typed every word uttered here today and cross-referenced all the facts. As such, I am now in a position to draw the only logical conclusion.
You all suck! You're all bad at this!
Are we
No wonder
winning?
you're not a lawyer.
Not again.
Hey, Yunosuke, look at this. It's cool. I'm frying hot dogs on this shit.
That's 4 out of 6 jury members who proposed a guilty verdict. There are only 2 left.
Thanks. I may be stupid, but I can still count. Glad I can count on you, Sasato.
Only
How many
8 of
bats
them
are in the
left.
sky right now?
Ah!
That's right, 3.
Oh, we've had it. Every time I press these witnesses for more information, I just make the situation worse. And worst of all, I think Susato's got poo brain. She can't even do math anymore.
Nevertheless,
That horse is whack. He's got poo brain.
what we need more than anything at this moment is the wonderful taste of Cheez-Its.
Ah, Jesus.
I mean, more information. We're still very much in the dark.
Dear Cheez-Its, you can sponsor this stream. No one's stopping you. In fact, I think you should.
I can replace my coin of a giant Cheez-It. How about that?
I mean, to be fair, I'm down for it.
Hey, you see that red box under the prosecutor's cape? I want some of that. Jesus have red boxes, right?
Yeah, they're red. Wait, he's got Cheez-Its and he's not sharing? Bro, what a jerk. Well, I suppose I'll just have to keep pressing the witnesses, knowing that more sparks may well fly.
We mustn't give up hope that we'll uncover something that will give us a way to fight back.
But why don't you just give them all Susato flips?
That's for later.
Takedowns are not appropriate for my courtroom.
Susato-chan is not
Yes?
allowed to butter or flip any of the jurors. All right, I'll keep trying. I can't give up. I just need to calm and listen to the witnesses' statements again.
As soon as I heard the scream, I stopped my bus, and then I saw it too.
Hold it!
What exactly did you see?
Oh, well, sir, that would be the passenger, sir. Yes, collapsed on the floor he was.
No, he wasn't.
Yeah, in the chair.
Yeah.
By the passenger, obviously you're referring to the victim, Mr. Mason, the brickmaker.
And the other passenger had that knife in his hand, like this.
And by the other passenger, obviously you're referring to the accused, Mr. Magnus McGilded.
Then he plunged it down like this, stabbing the other passenger in the belly.
What?
My lord, I wish to speak.
Yes, juror number 5. Do I take it that you, too?
As the master of the London Guild of Coachmen, the idea of a murder being committed in one of the city's carriages is utterly abhorrent to me. It wouldn't be right to make a decision before hearing all the facts, though, I said to myself.
But I'm completely useless.
But I've heard enough now. The horse has bolted, as they say. No, please keep an open mind a little. Gee up now, Silverblaze. The finish is in sight.
Oh, it seems that I'm the last one to give my verdict. I'm the smart one, just working on my little mittens.
Beppo is a long-standing member of the guild. I trust what the man says.
Oh, thank you, sir. You're too kind, sir.
This is too unkind, sir.
Now means that 5 jurors agreed to condemn this man. You're so happy to be here.
She's like, hell yeah, dude. She's out of the house. Good for her.
Madam
It
Juror
actually thinks-
number 6.
Oh, yes, dear. What can I do for you?
You've heard the testimonies of the witnesses in the stand.
Oh, yes, I certainly have. Still got my hearing, you know.
Then pray tell, why are you yet to pronounce your leading?
I'm eating lovely zesty cheddar ranch Cheez-Its.
Oh my god.
Well, dear, the thing is, I'm a creature of habit, me. I always go to the park at around this time of day and sit on a nice bench and get on with my knitting. There's a lovely little park just near where I live. McGirded Park, it's called.
Oh shit.
The gentleman donated it to the city, you know, to put a smile on Londoner's face, he said. Can't imagine such a fine young gentleman would have it in him to take another man's life.
He's always doing wonderful things for the city, you know. Yeah, that's right. A man like that wouldn't stab anyone, surely. Mother, may we go to McGilded Park Public Library later and borrow some more park books? Words?
How many Londoners live with their heads in the clouds? Do you people not know? What kind of man Magnus McGilded really is?
What kind of man is he?
Oh my goodness.
Philanthropist.
A philanthropist. Magnus McGilded.
I'm not gonna play it on stream, but copy and paste that word into YouTube and then put "It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia" afterwards.
Oh no.
Oh no.
I'm sorry, you're a what? You know, I'm rich, I give people money. Oh, you're a philanthropist.
Oh.
It's enough wealth to purchase the entire city he claims to value so highly. But where did all that wealth come from?
It's called generational wealth.
Your client is a Shylock, sir. And one of the very darkest of souls.
Ashen one. What?
Stone the crows!
McGilden leads money at extraordinary rates of interest, so his victims have no hope of repaying him.
Oh, he's a loan shark.
No, he's a college.
He's the federal government.
When they default, he takes possessions of everything they own. He's a vulture that preys on the weak.
I've never heard any mention of that before.
Objection, defamation of character? Is this going somewhere, counsel?
Where's the evidence?
Your faculties haven't deserted you yet, I'm sure, madam. So, has this thought not crossed your mind? Would a man wealthy enough to buy London in its entirety not have a carriage of his own?
Eh,
What possible reason could this man have to make use of a public omnibus service?
Um. I don't know if that caught up. Okay, it did.
So, you're not saying that.
The victim, a poor brickmaker, had next to nothing to his name, save considerable financial liability. It will come as no surprise that his creditor was the accused, Magnus McGilded. Let it also be known that the very day Mr. Mason was killed was the final repayment date for his debts.
Gracious.
Brickmaker was destitute. Was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not showing which. Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's fine. And in the end, his pitiful. Oh, we can go back. Oh, that's really cool. I didn't know we could do this. Okay. The brickmaker was destitute. He had lost his house. He had not a shilling with which to repay his debts. And in the end, this pitiful soul had the very last thing he owned taken from him, his life.
But I mean, like, how much is that worth? Like, a couple bucks?
About $5.
By the merciless, fairly-choftless pretender, Magnus McGilded.
I don't believe it.
Oh. that's
Oh.
me.
Huh?
If I might add something briefly,
Piss, girl, piss.
I got it.
Miss Susato?
You claim that the victim had been lent money by Mr. McGilded. But where is the evidence to support your claim? I said that earlier.
What are you just drinking in the courtroom now?
Was that
That's-
has that been there the whole time?
Is that blood?
The juror has also been drinking.
True. He's a working man.
Pray. Forgive the discourtesy of filling my hollow chalice in the court of law.
Hey, mate, can I have a mite of that?
Here it is. Lord Van Zeek's hollow chalice.
Or as we call it in the business, the chussy.
Is that type D or is it type A, sir?
How can this be considered acceptable?
But I find myself in an unexpectedly good humor. I had heard ladies from the Far East could show great courage, but I didn't expect it to experience it myself.
Thank you. Huh? As judicial assistant to the defense, I'm simply doing my job.
What a pity that your display of courage is in vain. This is the debtor's ledger, which details all monies loaned by the accused. You will find the victim's name clearly recorded inside.
Oh,
Allow me to present this ledger as evidence.
objection.
Sure.
He keeps holding evidence until the last second.
Sure, take my hollow chusty as evidence too.
Jesus.
And pray forgive the discourtesy of raising my chusty and toast the Ignagment East at the same time.
Oh, God.
How many ussies are there gonna be by the end of this pile?
Oh,
Marvelous.
pussies.
Excuse me.
Sharky, are you okay?
Sharky turned to dust.
Pardon. A marvelous juicy, Counsel. I will gladly accept this new evidence.
This... The debtor's ledger has been entered into the court record.
You knew what you were getting in when you invited me. 20 guineas. The victim owed a considerable sum.
And the accused made quite certain he had ample recompense.
Oh, well, it would seem I've had the wool pulled over my eyes.
Damn it.
Regrettably, madam, that is the modus operandi of the accused.
And it's such a pretty little park, too. What a scoundrel. Oh, shit.
Uh-oh.
Still. Maybe it's all for the best.
Wait a minute. Let's think a little bit more about this.
I don't stand for nonsense.
Yay, I win.
Oh,
Damn, that was
my
fast.
eyebrows got blasted off.
That was it. The last juror's decision.
Hey, we won, right, mate? We won, right?
Yeah, you win an all expenses paid trip to the gallows. Hooray! Woo!
Oh, shit,
Gaming.
that's what I always wanted.
Just a moment here. According to this Encyclopedia of British Law, when all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. That's what it says here.
The final verdict. It's over then.
Oh. There's a footnote, though.
A footnote?
However, the defense...
All 6 members of the jury are now in agreement in this case.
The cup go.
Allow me to convey my respect for your swift and righteous decision.
According to the laws of this country, I will now conclude the trial by delivering my final verdict. I trust there are no objections.
Mrs. Sato, just tell me one thing.
Oh, yes?
You were in the middle of saying something before? The footnote in your Encyclopedia of British Law? However, the defense. What did it say next?
Oh, yes, of course. One moment. Where is it? When all members of the jury have concluded that the defendant is guilty, court proceedings are suspended and the presiding judge will deliver the final verdict and sentence. Then, the footnote says, however, the defense has the right to demand a summation examination of the jurors at this point.
Oh boy, we get to examine the jurors now. Summation? Examination?
Objection!
Summation examination. From which century has that tome you have there been executed? Or resurrected? Resurrected.
I don't know. How old's your mom? I got it from her. Oh!
Actually.
We need some milk.
Got him.
Judging from the binding, I would say that book is at least 50 years old. Any modern text on British law wouldn't even give such an adequate procedure a mention. It's a relic, long forgotten, and certainly no longer practiced. So, you're out of luck.
Oh, I forgot. You make all the rules around here.
Oh.
What even is it, Miss Susato? This so-called summation examination.
Oh, just one moment, and I'll read about it. Where is it?
You would demand the right to a procedure before you even understand what it entails?
Yeah?
Typical Nonponese.
What the heck? That's racist.
That's so rude.
All right, Mr. Naruhodo, I think I understand. It seems that under this procedure, we would be able to appeal to the members of the jury.
To do what exactly? Leave? Can we bribe them?
Appeal to them to change their leaning and reverse their decisions. And it says here that if successful, the proceedings of the trial must be resumed.
Make them reverse their decisions.
Yes, in times gone by, barristers would use a summation examination to attempt to influence the jury's decision. But that procedure became something of a formality with no practical benefit, really, so it fell out of use.
I wonder why.
As if eggheads like me about to use it 9 times.
Because it was devoid of purpose. Changing just one member of the jury's mind would be hard enough, let alone several. No self-respecting defense barrister would even assert his right to try his day and age.
Still, I don't see any mention of the procedure actually being formally revoked.
Yes, Carl, yes!
What are you suggesting?
I'm suggesting that although it may be antiquated and largely forgotten, it isn't yet extinct. What do you think, Mr. Naruhodo?
Summation examination. Our last possible option. Do we assert our right to carry it out or admit defeat? You gotta fight for your right to party.
Party!
The defense wishes to assert its right to a summation examination, my lord.
Objection!
London is the capital city of the most powerful nation on Earth. We have a duty to the world to exemplify the very high standards of judicial procedure. Summation examinations are an embarrassment that should remain buried.
Objection!
Not part of the law.
But if it's our right, it's our right. I believe it could prove vital in this trial.
This petition is perfectly valid. The court will proceed with the summation examination.
Stupid name. This is madness.
No, this is Sparta.
No, this is Capcom's The Great Ace Attorney Chronicle.
No, this is Cheez-Its.
Orman, are you ready to watch the prosecution drink his juicy while the remainder of you proceed? Eh?
I want a juice that's called juicy.
I'll make you
Well,
some.
I'm not, there was no mention of this in the letter I received, you see,
Correct.
all members of the jury will be asked to explain on what grounds they have reached their decision. On what grounds? You must all justify your decisions and explain why you believe the defendant to be guilty. Well, my lord, you're rather putting us on the spot here. Not like anything's important happening.
This is most irregular. No mention was made of this before.
Can't really hold of all this justifying lark.
That seems to have thrown the jurors off.
It seems none of them have experienced this before.
Same, bro. All right, then. The summation examination. A defense procedure no practicing lawyer has attempted for years, is it? Well, just maybe. It might be the opportunity we've been looking for. To turn this trial around!
Here then, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, the court hereby calls upon you to state the grounds on which you find the defendant, Magnus Begilded, guilty of the most serious crime.
All right, I'm gonna get up and stretch for a second, y'all. Anyone need the bathroom? We got about 25 minutes left.
All right, I'm gonna get me a glass of water.
Okay.
Get back.
Sounds like a plan.
And we'll take a second here to thank our
I
friends at
just have to wait
Capcom
30 seconds so
for
Casa doesn't try
hooking
to
us
take over the
up
stream again.
with this wonderful,
not gonna take it over.
wonderful
You're
game,
really
and
effective
as well as
liar.
other opportunities. So definitely check out our friends at Capcom if you
I may
haven't.
be a gremlin, but I hold my
And
word true.
if you haven't joined the Discord, feel free to join it. And if you want to catch up on the series,
Indubitably.
definitely feel free to check out the
I feel judged.
YouTube.
I am the
Speaking of
judge.
beverages, we'll also shout out our beverage sponsors,
I guess that's
nerdtease.ca
true. I mean,
and Grinding Coffee.
I
Black
find
Cow.
you guilty of being a gremlin.
I have an ability? Yes! I get stronger now.
I sentence you to spend 3 years hiding underneath Oni's bra.
I'll have to ask Kios about that one. That's
What
up
happened?
to him.
What happened?
He's trying to put me under a bra.
We need a dark and very large place to hide this gremlin as he serves out a sentence.
I mean, I can wait. I can't say that here.
No, there's large shadows underneath your memories. They're so gigantic.
You believe in my ability to not be a gremlin for 3 seconds, but no longer?
I shall set myself face down.
You're
in
right.
my tent.
Oh my. Wait, I wonder if I can switch. I can probably switch here and now.
What are you switching?
I can put my boobs away.
You can put your boobs away?
I can.
They're
become-
detachable?
Well, no. I mean, I can just.
I'm back. Hello.
You're going to have to show us, and I assume none will get a
just found out that-
concussion.
What did
Only
I?
can detach their boobs.
No, I can just become not a girl.
What?
Well, you're
I've seen a
still
lot
tall.
of magic in my time, but that's some sorcery.
Or maybe I'm just short. This is bullshit. My pillow left. Go back.
Okay,
Go back.
okay,
What?
I'm going
Go back.
All right.
Left
Bunch
my
of
pillow.
troublemakers. You ready?
I was certain that Nonpon would be happy to finally be rid of the concussions. That was wrong.
They
I'm
are
just-
pillows. Is Kios back? Hi.
Yep. Hello.
There was no one else inside the garage at the time, so it had to be him.
I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory. It seems 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence.
He struck the cap next to him just like this. Brazen, I must say. Absolutely brazen.
I have simply typed and collated all the statements made thus far and drawn the logical conclusion. You can trust the guild. Fair fares is our motto. We haven't raised prices above 4 pence for years. That math doesn't add up, but go on.
Scoundrel! Stabbing that poor man on the floor! It beggars belief!
I will be lightning. I'll be right back in a second.
No worries. I'm starting to wish I hadn't pushed for this now.
Some of the jurors don't seem to have wonderfully formed arguments, though, do they?
Well, let's see what we can do. We need to get these 6 people to change their minds. I have to throw everything I can at them and use some very persuasive language.
Just a moment, Naruhodo. Yes, it's here somewhere. According to my book, that's not quite how it works.
Oh? I thought I was going to have to thaw their icy minds with some heartwarming rhetoric about the defendant.
Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed.
Oh, Mobby.
Wait, where am I? Okay. Once the jurors. Okay.
Unfortunately, once the jurors have decided the defendant is guilty, they're unlikely to heed anything the defense says.
But then...
They've reached their conclusions by their own reasoning, you see. Your pleas will sound like excuses. In fact, it could recoil on you. The more you try to persuade them, the more entrenched they may become.
Then what on earth am I supposed to do?
Oh my. Oh dear, I'm just citing what I've read about British law, Mr. Naruhodo.
Right. I'm sorry. You have any idea how to make this work then?
Believe it.
Well, from what I can understand, the key to this procedure is using the jurors' own words to make your arguments.
Fabulous! What do you mean?
Say everything that you said before, at them again. Well, the 6 members of the jury are randomly selected members of the public. They may appear to be present at They may appear to present a united front, but the truth actually is they are complete strangers who just happen to find themselves here in the courtroom together.
And that's the way to break them down, you mean?
Yes, exactly. We must listen very carefully to what each member of the jury says and see if we can identify any contradictory statements.
Oh, I already found 2.
If we can, we then contrast the statements and pit the corresponding jurors against each other.
I see. So it's contradictions in what 2 or more jurors say that we're looking for. In a way, then, this is similar to a regular cross-examination.
Oh, yeah, yes, I suppose you're right. Why am I such a foil for you?
Ha! You make me feel smart. Find contradictions in their statements and pit the jurors against one another to break them down. All right, I might be able to pull this off. No, that's not right. I have to pull this off.
Stop proceedings, Counsel. I would ask you to take the stand for this. I expect a clear and concise rebuttal.
Yes, my lord.
It's got legs!
Is there a sword fighting in this?
There's a lot of swords going on.
There was no one else inside the carriage at the time, so it had to have been him.
I trust the driver. He has an excellent memory, it seems. 4 passengers with fares totaling 20 pence.
Oh.
Yep.
Objection!
Those 2 statements clearly contradict each other.
Can you explain yourself, Counsel?
Me? Oh dear. What have I said?
I swear on Silver Blaze's mane and name, I haven't the first idea what you're talking about.
According to the group testimony we've heard so far, there were 4 passengers on the omnibus on the night in question. And according to the coachman, Mr. Beppo, he took 20 pence in fares. Quite right, I have these precise details typed neatly here in front of me. And juror number 5 also told us the following. The fare for the omnibus is always 4 pence.
That it is, a fair and convenient single price, just the way London's carriages should be up.
But that doesn't add up at all. Sasato may not have noticed it, but I did.
Hey,
In fact, it leaves a glaring discrepancy in the facts.
Why, man? Why?
4 passengers paying 4 pence each? If you do the multiplication,
Ah! It would be 16 pence.
exactly. As I said, it doesn't add up. The figures are different. By 4 pence, in fact. Or precisely 1 person's fare.
One person's fare?
Yes. In other words, on the omnibus that night, it's distinctly possible there was another passenger we've heard nothing about.
Gracious.
Damn, we blew his weave off, girl.
This can't be right. The coachmen of the guild are good, honest men, one and all. Trustworthiness is our watchword.
The figures your coachman claims most certainly do not add up. Your watchword, good sir, is a fallacy.
I beg your pardon.
Someone's getting fired.
Mr. Guildmaster, I think you ought to consider that if this trial were to end now, the news will surely spread all over London. The news that one of your coachmen tried to hide the fact that he let nefarious characters ride in his omnibus.
Wah. All right then. How do I make it so this miserable trial doesn't end him?
Just a second here while I find that for you. Well, according to my book here, you simply launch a ball of fire into the innocent side of the set of scales.
Oh, my MP's low though. I can't.
Now hold your horses there, coachman. We were all in agreement. Why do you have to go and...
Wait till I get my hands on you, Beppo.
It's all very irritating.
Begging your pardon, sir. I'm going to do the same.
Yeah, boy!
Quick maths.
Quick
And
mouse.
it was in this moment that the Fire Nation attacked. For the love of Mike, not you as well.
A penny cannot be different between a smile and a tear, after all. I certainly can't put my trust in someone who doesn't follow my exacting standards in financial matters.
Really?
I, for one, think it's only proper that we hear from the witness again.
Oh, well done, Mr. Naruhodo. You did it.
Thanks, Sasato-san.
If we can manage to change 2 more jurors' minds, we can force the trial to continue.
2 more. Actually, there is something else that's bothering me about a couple of their assertions.
That's where you must strike next.
So I need to pit 2 more jurors against each other and show there's another contradiction in their assertion.
Exactly. You can do it.
We can do this!
We
We've
can
got the
win this.
power of friendship on our side.
Well, the scales of justice have shifted, and they weigh heavily on the side of guilt. Counsel, you have the floor again. Continue with your summation examination.
I'm changing my leaning to innocent. I should like to hear what the slipshod bookkeeper has to say for himself.
He struck the chap next to him just like this. Brazen,
Oh,
I
yeah,
must
there it
say.
is.
Absolutely brazen.
Yep, there it is. Those 2 statements are completely contradictory.
What? Explain, counsel. Post haste, forsooth.
Oh, dearie me. I was only knitting a jumper for my other half.
What, the bottom half?
Yes, actually, how'd you know?
You need to be stopped.
What is all this claptrap? What does this contradictory even mean, I ask you?
Reliant 23 is the Michael Jordan of needing to be topped.
Yes.
We've heard from more than one witness that they allegedly saw the actual moment when the defendant stabbed the victim. Now, out of curiosity, juror number 3,
What? Can't you see that I'm busy here?
how would you say the defendant stabbed the victim? What sort of motion was it?
Ha! Want to test me, do you? It was like this. Struck the fellow next to him without even getting up. Just like the prim baker said.
That was Mr. Fairplay's testimony. Quite true.
Now then, juror number 6.
Oh, is that me, is it? What can I do for you, young man?
How would you say the defendant stabbed the victim, madam?
Oh, well, dear, as far as I understand it. It was like this. He stabbed the poor man after he collapsed on the floor. The coachman said so.
Now, don't move. Take a look at these 2 jurors. He stuck the fellow next to him without even getting up. And he stabbed the poor man after he'd collapsed on the floor.
Yeah. They're stabbing in totally different directions.
Hit scan.
Yeah.
What?
Bless my stitches, what a muddle.
What this tells us is that there's a strong possibility one of the witnesses isn't telling the truth.
Oh,
Why? Why the dickens would they lie?
They always do that in these games.
I don't know that yet. But what I do know is that if the trial ends at this point, we may never find out. We may never know the real truth. Ladies and gentlemen of the jury, do you really let that happen in all good conscience?
lies, you say? Oh, dearie me. I can't have that. Oh, I can't abide people telling lies.
Oink. Tied it up.
The scales.
I don't believe it.
White. Now hear this, my fellow jurors. I warn you, you cannot listen to this man.
Oh, is it some sort of xenophobic or homophobic remark, sir?
It could be both, sir. He's clearly some devious magic user, tricking us all.
If I could use magic, do you really think I'd be putting myself through all this?
Answer me this, person.
Huh?
Really glad I picked juror number 1.
Me?
What exactly is the problem? What if these two witnesses have slightly different recollections of events?
What of it?
Let's say the Shylock did stab the victim as he sat next to him on the omnibus. Also, I won't use that word again. And this young person saw him do it. Now let's say the victim collapsed on the floor, and the Shylock... Oh gosh, I did it again. The person stabbed him again.
I don't think there's anything wrong with that word, I think.
I keep feeling like it's wrong, but I might be
Nah, that term's been around since Greek times.
My bad. This old lady saw him do it. Well, what's to say it didn't happen like that, hmm?
Who are you calling a dandy, sir? Why? I should take this knife to you.
Who are you calling old? Why I should take this needle to you?
Content warning. British violence.
They're ready to kill each other now. Well, maybe if they murder each other, we can get out of this trial quicker. But could the foreman of the jury be right? Did the two witnesses see two different moments of the same crime? No. Unfortunately, Mr. Foreman.
What is it, you? Come on out with it.
No, you're wrong. Oh wait, wrong game.
Well, I got to go, yo.
What you're suggesting is impossible. It's out of the question.
Not near the Capcom, you say? How can you possibly say that? You do realize that I'm only doing my job?
And do it right.
Foreman of the jury, I have a responsibility to steer everyone into the right direction. So where's your evidence, man? That's what we want to see.
Oh, you got it.
I said two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime. Say that's out of the question. Show me some proof.
It looks like the only way I'm going to convince him is to present him with something he can't dismiss. Some irrefutable, hard evidence.
Ooh. Can't hit them with that sauce, but hit them nice and hard.
Oh my.
As you wish.
What?
I'll give you the proof. Out of the question that the two witnesses saw two different moments of the same crime, as proven by the autopsy report. Yeah, single stab wound. This is the victim's autopsy report. According to what's written here, Mr. Mason was stabbed in the abdomen. Only once.
Once?
It's quite simple. The victim was stabbed precisely one time, which means these witnesses can't possibly have seen it happen two different times.
Man, he's gonna throw his back out pretty hard.
All right. I can see defeat.
Hell yeah!
The Fire Nation are good guys now?
Wait, that means 4 jurors are now leaning to not guilty.
We've done it, Mr. Naruhodo. We've won.
Well, we'll have to find out next week, because it's time for bed. 12:30. Good job, everybody.
Yeah.
Hey, very, very proud of you. Hope you all had fun. I guess because we're in it this way, we'll probably continue with this cast and crew if that's all right for y'all until the end, at least until the end of the trial, and then I'll shuffle things around a bit if I need to.
Sure.
When's
What
the
day?
next session?
Monday, 10:30 p.m. Eastern.
Perfect. I can make it.
Yes.
A weekly deal.
Excellent. All right. Well, if y'all want to extraduce yourselves, which is the opposite of introduce yourselves, feel free and have at.
I'll let everyone go first.
I'm just Nonpon. I'm a chef YouTuber. It's a lot of fun. I'm actually super jealous of you guys. You have like such good voices. It's only my first time doing this. I'm super jealous.
Don't worry, just play with your voice. Literally, that's all you do. Just play with it.
You guys are so amazing. But yeah, hey, play gacha games and JRPGs. Yeah.
You can go first. I'll go last.
Huh? Ooh, what? Me? Oh, well.
Go
Yeah.
ahead, Oni.
I'm Oni Hart, and as always, it's fun to be here. Fun to make myself sound funny.
I'm Sharky. I've had a wonderful time with you lads, ladies, and all of the technical rainbow of all of audience. So I stand here hoping that one day when I grow up I happen to match the talent and vocals of Oni, Nonpon, Kasa, and occasionally Kios, our wonderful benefactor. Thank you so much for hanging out, and oh, look over there!
And I am your gremlin zombie boy Kasa. I do a lot of things like play shooting games like Valorant, I play JRPGs, and I also do art streams from time to time. If you're looking for anything fun to do, you should follow Kios on his channel because he's amazing, and you should all give him all the love. Hey, Rex, you thought I was gonna promote myself. I'll posh on you.
Pox upon your homes and
You're
But-
my family.
true. Anyway, thank you all very much. I'm gonna mute up and call it out. I'll be around for a minute or two after stream.
Okay.
But for those of you that have joined us and hung out with us, I super appreciate it. Made a lot of new friends, and I got a cool chance to show off some of my friends. So hopefully you enjoy them. Definitely take a look at their channels. They're all linked right above. For us, we'll be back tomorrow. It should be some Stranger of Paradise, some Monster Hunter Rise, and I'll probably slide some Elden Ring in. Yeah, thank you for being here. We'll give you the normal link rundown. If you want to join us in the Discord, have fun, play around with stuff like this, maybe do some more voice acting with us in the future, talk cars, talk food, talk whatever you want. There's the Discord, hit it up. And if you want to catch up with any of our previous playthroughs, some of my motorcycle riding stuff, tutorials for speedruns, etc., etc., definitely feel free to just toss a subscription on the YouTube. I truly appreciate it. If you haven't checked out our friends at Grinding Coffee Co., fabulous small LGBTQ POC-owned coffee business with some fabulous blends. And if you're more a tea drinker, which I am a bit myself, definitely check out our Canadian friends at nerdteas.ca. Fabulous, fabulous beverages. Well, once again, thank our friends over at Capcom and our fellow Capcom creators for being super awesome, providing us with a great time. I'm still working on cleaning up my language and inappropriate jokes, but we're getting there. And I'm hoping that you can enjoy that. Yo, shout out Sonics. And take a look at Sonics too. Right in time as we're ending stream. Anyway, the last bit. If you want to support me and the stream and the growth and the extra content that I can do and just push everything a little step further, check out the merch store as well as the Throne wishlist. Earn yourself some really fun kiosk rewards for snagging anything off of there. We will also say a thank you to our friends over at Skytech Gaming. I'm going to be working towards partnering up with them a little bit more of an official capacity soon. But their EXC Creators Program definitely providing a couple of extra things to help make this stream that extra special. But for now, we will call it a night. Thank you for joining us. Let's find someone